I don't know, like, she's out there. You're the Florida version of Sex in the City, JD.
That's when I was smoking my cigar.
Don't be an asshole today. I'm on the Red Stag.
Okay.
Cherry bourbon.
Okay.
With
Oh, nice.
black cherry soda. Look at this amazing color.
Oh my God, I'm jealous. What does that taste like? What is that?
Like
a
sticking your
cherry?
face in a bowl of cherries.
And is that a liqueur, or what did you say that was? I missed the
Oh
first part.
no, this is Jim Beam Kentucky bourbon infused with black cherry.
Oh, the infused is amazing. I just had something.
This is how good it is.
I just had a strawberry infused martini, strawberry infused vodka. It was amazing. I know what that means now. I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
I have my bottle today.
Oh, you're so prideful this summer.
Yes, I'm very prideful, and I have a little bit of lemonade in with it. So it's like a lemonade, a very refreshing.
There you go. Perfect summer drink.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Speaking of pride, we've got a woman coming on right now who's probably done or organized or fundraised for more women's events than anybody I know. So let's get Andrea Myerson in the room. There she is. Live from New York, it's Andrea Myerson.
Right, and I'm live from LA. I'm currently in New York at my wife's house.
There you go.
Well, my house too, you know, we're married.
What's yours is hers, yours is yours.
I guess I should have worn black. Is that the theme today?
Oh, yeah, I know, I took a risk. It's just the lightest shirt I have because it's starting to get a little warm now. So
and we have dinner plans, so I am dressed.
Oh, you're dressed. Okay. Well, that's sure, that's so acceptable. And Jay pretty much always in black.
I know. Always. Cool. She brings in that cool factor. That's what cool ladies do. That's
she really does.
Thank you, Andrea. I love the black wall behind you.
This is my wife's. Her, you know, she's. Oh, wait, what side? She's a musician. This is her office space. She's a musician.
And musicians like black.
Yeah.
Like black. I want to do that on my studio wall with my guitars. I want to make that wall black.
That would be
cool. It's actually not black. It's like a really dark, like some sort of blue kind of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks charcoal. Beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, it is it's amazing to finally get you on here because you know, we've spoken with you before. It seems like you never stop. Like you always have something on the go. I'm amazed. I read over your bio and I was like, so this didn't just start like 10 years ago or 15 years ago. Like this has been going on for a really long time. And before you started doing like the women's events things, it was fundraising. And I'm amazed you raised over $2 million in your fundraising efforts. And that's just insane. That's an insane amount of money. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's collectively. That was
right, but still, that's big number.
I spent almost a decade. When I left the corporate world, it was after founding Women on a Roll, and I was like, oh wait, I loved my job. Like it was lucrative, and I had a lot of, you know, independence and everything. It was just a lot of autonomy in my job. But then, you know, the lesbian
calling.
Yeah. And I was like, oh wait, you know, and so I just love my job. Why would I do that? Like I always said, you'd be crazy to leave the corporate world because I had such great benefits and perks and made a lot of money. But yeah, I founded Standout Productions, and the intent initially was to just do fundraisers for LGBTQ nonprofits, and that's what I did till I just busted my ass. I couldn't do it anymore. I just
And
did.
then you kind of, you didn't, maybe clear this up for me, but you didn't plan on starting Women on a Roll. It was kind of like a little club that just exploded.
Yeah. I was pretty much anything I've done in life was not planned. It was kind of just
that's a lovely
like going down this path, and then yeah. So I had come out. I came out, and after crying for months and months in my therapist's office, like I think I can't be a lesbian. It was like, why? You know.
Those days, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm a dyke, and that's a good thing. You know, she told me, she said, go to Sisterhood Bookstore and learn about the community, and go to the center and get in some what they called at the time rap groups. And so I did all of that. Yeah, rap groups. It was before like rap was music, and so you know, then I was looking for community because I was hitting all the bars. I hit every lesbian bar within a 50-mile radius, and it was fun, and I really did love all of that, but it wasn't it didn't fulfill me on a social level because it's a bar. Yeah, it was a good time, but it's a bar. So
right.
And I wanted to do something. So I originally started a softball team. Well, I went to go try out. I saw it in the lesbian news. They're taking tryouts for a lesbian softball. So I called and said, I want to play. And they go, okay, bring, wear your cleats and gloves. And I had to learn what that was. So, and so I bought cleats, and then I bought a glove, and my friend told me how to make that glove work, like with wax.
Yeah, you got to put the linseed oil on it. Yeah.
Oil it up.
Yeah. Like, okay, Saturday tryouts. I drive out to the valley, and I'm like, okay, let's play ball. So they start pitching it to me, and so what? I kept missing it. Okay, I did finally hit one, and it bounced. And they said, oh, thank you so much for coming today. I'm like, well, what's the next step? And they go, oh, you didn't make the tryouts. None of the teams are picking. And I said, wait a minute, I want to play. Can I start my own team? And they said, yeah, you can start a team and put it in the league. I said, great. So I sat on the bleachers, and everybody that got rejected, I said, you could be on my team.
Oh, I love that. I would have been on that team.
It's a true story. And I was smart enough. There was one woman who didn't like the politics of the league, and she was the best pitcher in the league. And she goes, I'll pitch for your team. I go, like, are you kidding me right now? So
oh my God.
And then my one friend, my straight friend, usually,
we all have one.
she was playing in her corporate game. She was a really good player. I said, okay, listen, I'm going to manage a team. You're going to coach a team, and we got a really good pitcher. Let's play ball. And so we did. And I even got us a sponsor. So he paid for our jerseys, it was kind of cool. And I did that for 2 years. It was a little humiliating. I would go up to bat the ball, and the whole infield would say, wait a minute. And they'd all slowly walk up. And I'm like, okay, so what? And anyway, one time I actually got to second base, but never on the baseball field.
That's a fantastic story, though, man. From rejection to triumph. I love it.
Right.
So I did that 2 years, and then I retired. And it's so funny because the best players from that team, as we were going, better players were coming along because they saw we were like kind of a nice connection, a nice team vibe. And so we did pick up some better players, but I left the team, and they went on to win the Nationals once they got rid of me.
No way.
They did the next year.
Wow.
And then I'm like, well, what do I do now? And I thought my passion was bicycle riding. I was really into it. So I just put an ad in the lesbian news, new, Women on a Roll, new bicycle group for women starting. And it was just a bike club. Yeah, it was very accidental. I was still in the corporate world, and it was really just to find connection. And then every time I would do a bike ride, we always included okay, we're going to do something social. So we're like, we're going to do lunch or brunch or whatever.
Yeah.
And we would talk about our weekend, and I tell people what I had done. And they're like, that sounds like so much fun. I'm like, well, you know, you could do it. And I really got this sense that there was this void that needed to be filled in the community, that I wasn't the only one that, you know, my feeling was, you know, like, just because I love women, why should I be deprived of the culture and the social activities I enjoyed? You know, I had been married to a man, and I was like, I don't want to compromise living my life. And
Right.
Right.
yeah,
Or
I got
spend
a
it in a
clear
bar.
understanding. Pardon me?
Or spend it in a bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I love? That you took what you love to do and you made it into something you could not only do in your life, but share with others, and created something bigger than what it started out to be.
Yeah,
And it came from a passion of simply what you like to do, which is awesome.
It's crazy. I never expected this bicycle club to, it really is why I became a filmmaker. It is the beginning of my life. You know,
Wow.
I feel like August 5th, 1995 is when my life really started to where I found my purpose, you know,
you start getting fulfilled a little bit more with each thing. And, you know, I always, you know, I hear your name and it's synonymous to me with Women on a Roll. And I remember having you on the Lesbian Lounge because of the things that you were doing. And I don't think I ever realized that it started with a bicycle club. I don't know why. I just thought that was the name that you picked because you were moving forward, like you were always
right
forward. I didn't know it really had to do with the bicycle.
I love double entendres.
Lightning, like I can't.
Wow. I really like double entendres, but it was funny. We're coming up. Oh my God! Next year is my 26th anniversary for next month. I mean, August 5th. August 5th.
Wow.
It was 26 years, and we were supposed to have a big 25th gala. Well, you know how it happened in 2020. There were no galas, but we did do a virtual one, and Suzanne Wessenhofer was like kind of hosted it with me. And every comic that came on, because since, you know, I've produced so many comics, I mean, Karen Williams, Jenny McNulty, Mimi Gonzalez, Vicky Shaw, they all come on and say, let's see the bike, Andrea. We don't believe you ever rode bikes.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I feel like now I'm the last to know. I got all these people I've spoken with for years. No one ever said, did you know? Never.
It seems it's totally works both ways, like you said.
And I think
double entendre.
Yeah. And the thing that I love is that you didn't even, like, the COVID thing happened, this pandemic, everything was shut down, things were canceled, and you just moved on with Women on the Net. You know, it was like, how adaptable are you? Seriously.
Well, you know what? Here's I don't know adaptable, but I just knew everything. I had a lot scheduled for 2020. I was months away from a Brandy Carlisle concert that I was producing in Long Beach for Long Beach Pride. I had a trip to Italy, and I had a trip to New Orleans, and I had my 25th anniversary gala. I always joke. So at the time when it hit, I always say that, I got depressed one day, right? So I was like on my couch, I was like, everything, like, what the hell am I going to do? And I had heard of this thing called Zoom. This is like early in March. We had just returned from a Woman on a Road trip to Thailand. Like, we have T-shirts that say Thailand 2020. Like, we got back on February 29th, and then like a week later we were on lockdown. But yeah, so later that year I was going to go to Italy. Italy became the biggest hotspot. And then right after that, New Orleans was. And I always say that, you know, everything was shutting down. And I'm like, you know, when I told women I was going to take them to the hotspots of the world, that's not what I meant. And then I said, I should have planned my annual trip to New York City because that would have been a great trip to cancel too. Anyway,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that would have been, yeah, no brainer.
nothing really got canceled. Everything's postponed. We're doing Italy in 2022. I'm going to
great.
reschedule the New Orleans trip, and we have a Rhine River cruise scheduled that was supposed to go. We would be leaving in a week, so now it's going to be next year. So it's all good. But what happened was, Brandy Carlisle was the first thing that shut down, and we were like close to a sellout already. It was a 3,000 seat venue, and we were like a month away from the concert, and we were almost sold out. And I was really excited because I had worked with her 10 years ago, and I was really excited. I was able to do another concert. She's amazing, yeah. So, and then on all my trips, and then my 25th anniversary gala, and I was like, spent one day on the couch, and then I heard of this thing called Zoom. And I'm like, wait, and I didn't know, because I'm not in the corporate world anymore. Like, people have been using it. And I'm like, what if I got people together, like just on Zoom, like do gatherings? That's what I thought of, just gatherings. I called my wife. I said, I think I'm going to just do this thing and offer it to the community, because that's a great idea. Because she knows I was feeling a little like we all were, like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah.
So I called my tech guy. I said, start a Zoom account for me. And then he did. I go, I want to do gatherings. He said, that's a great idea. So I went and did a webinar and learned how to use it. And we did a pre-test, like 3 nights before we went live. And then that was that. I never expected to be on 5 nights a week. I thought it for over a year. I thought, 2, 3, 4 months. I didn't even think 4 months. I thought 2 or 3 months max. I'm just going to do this and offer it as a community service. It's like we went to 5 nights a week, and we were doing everything: concerts, comedy shows, game shows, panels.
Yes. And people are responding. The response has been really good, right?
Huge. Yeah, JD performed for us.
That was awesome. It's so nice to see that people were home and they were enjoying the music, and it was a way to bring music to people when we couldn't go to concerts. So that was really cool for me as a performer, as an artist, to be able to reach out to people everywhere. That
here you were, JD, East Coaster all the way through and through, performing for all these West Coast ladies, because you're based.
Right? Our base for Women on the Net is definitely all over the country. I would say we have more East Coasters than West Coasters.
Really?
Generally speaking. But we have many from Canada, sometimes women from New Zealand, Spain, Australia. They're from Italy. They've shown, they're from all over the world now, but the core group is Canada and all over the United States. Yeah. So
it was,
go ahead.
I was going to say, it was so impressive to me that you had Lily Tomlin and Sharon Glass and these people on. I was like, I'm going to be on a channel. I call it a channel because
I treat it that way.
That Lily Tomlin was on 2 weeks before me. That was so amazing.
Did you come to that, Katie? Were you at the?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed with how much time she gave to that event. I mean, she just answered every question, and she was so gracious, and it was awesome.
She was amazing. She actually came twice because we weren't able to record the first one. We had tech issues, and so she came again. Which were you on, in February or December? I can't remember.
I was on in February.
Okay, that was the one we got recorded. She was amazing. She was so gracious. She's such a kind soul. I love her.
Yes.
That's a testament to you, honestly, getting people of that caliber, to sit with your audience is just, it's fantastic. But that is a testament to you, because you produce a lot of stand-up stuff, like, and everywhere, like you said, you've done like East Coast, West Coast, you really, I think I found out about a lot of comedians through something that you've done, and I always, and then once you see a comedian that you really dig, then you start following. So what you're doing for their careers is fantastic.
Well, comedians and also singers like JD, the women, our audiences, thank me like, I had no idea about this artist. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're
And
exposing them to all kinds of
yeah,
stuff they wouldn't normally get to see. It's
yeah,
weird because, like, we've all had to make do with learning Zoom and WebEx and all that kind of stuff, and for me, it
Right.
started out with like the way to communicate with my family, like who, just getting everybody together at the same time doing a Zoom thing. It was like, I didn't, a couple of friends and stuff like that, but I didn't think about using it for business because then it went into the realm of like corporate, like corporate people do that. This is, we're just doing a little family thing, that kind of thing. So like making a podcast into a Zoom cast, I've been calling it lately a Zoom cast,
yeah.
has been really awesome. I mean, it does mean that you have to, kind of do your hair and makeup, it's not a podcast. You can't show up in your pajamas, but 15 years of that.
I realized that, Denise, at first, because I have been listening to your show, and by the way, congratulations. How it's really great. I really do enjoy your show. It's on my favorites in my I could show you on my podcast thing.
We're on a favorite.
And I just thought you were just a podcast, and then it's like, oh shit, I gotta wash my hair, which I can't I can't wash my hair yet because I'm still recovering from surgery. So I can't get to my head yet, but it meant that I had to go get it washed, which is not a bad thing.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I had that conversation.
I can show you. You're on my Stitcher favorites. I'll show you if you don't. I didn't just have this.
I forgot we go right to Stitcher too.
Yeah, it's a true story. Let's see. Are you okay? You are there. Let's see. Let me get you. Okay, let me just show you. This is my top 5, and you are in here.
Oh,
the Whiskey Lounge. You're right there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Wow, that's
good to know.
I'm gonna feel really good tonight.
I like listening to your podcast. I like it. How long have you been doing it?
So make a podcast since 2006.
So that's amazing too. That's so great.
You learn, you evolve, you adjust. I mean, I'd taken some time off, and then JD contacted me out of the blue because we've known each other for, oh my God, since you started coming on the Lesbian Lounge, since we started with gigs. And she just, called me out of the blue and said she was thinking about starting a podcast. Did I want to be a guest? And I was like, guest. Yes.
That's awesome.
But between the two of us, I think skill, like she's fantastic with video and audio and editing and conceptual things, and I'm technology wise, I've, like I can get a podcast up in a heartbeat. So, and I've got the stream. So together it was just a cool, blend of what we had to offer.
Perfect match.
Yeah.
We blend.
Yeah.
We blend.
We blend. It's like a nice house blend, right, Jay?
Yeah. House blend.
Was I supposed to be drinking whiskey?
You could. We encourage.
We encourage that.
I didn't want to get you started before dinner because I didn't know if you, but yeah,
we have whiskey here for guests. What are you drinking? Let's see. Hold it up.
I am drinking Jim Beam Red Stag, which is a cherry bourbon. And I have mixed it with a Virgil's, a black cherry soda. And I've come up with this amazing color drink. And it's just like smashing your face in a bowl of cherries.
Much more beautiful than mine. But I've got this Andrea Absolute Pride edition. And so I mixed mine with lemonade. But it's not as pretty as yours, Denise.
I know, but Jay, every time...
It is in a Gentleman Jack glass, so you get a lot of points for that.
Yes. Oh, I am a Jack Daniels girl. Are you? Because that's my Gentleman Jack.
Did you see that was so what am I? I recently, like I've always been like a martini. My wife's coming in. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, sweetheart.
She would come and say hi, but she's wrapped in a towel. She just got out of the shower.
Now that would get us some ratings.
I know, honey. Would you mind upping the ratings a little bit? Anyway, she also listens to your podcast sometimes. So anyway,
cool.
So I was always like fine wine, fine champagne and martini. And then I discovered recently at a restaurant by my house, and I don't even, this is so bad. It's either scotch or whiskey or bourbon, but it's a really nice drink with a really big ice cube in there, and it's in a high glass. And they put in some other things, and now I like that. I never could drink that kind of stuff before, except if I travel to a country, like when we were in Ireland. Of course, we went to the distillery for that one. I can't remember. Shit, I'm so bad.
Jameson's,
Anyway,
right? Jameson's?
Jameson, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, and then when we were in Cuba, I got some tequila, like, so that stuff. But now I like those highballs if they don't taste too much like, I can't remember if it's whiskey, bourbon, or scotch, because those are all the same to me. And I know, I'm sorry, I know that is bad to say.
That would be
All
our
the brown liquors.
mixologist.
Yeah.
That'd be a question for Tyler, our
Yeah.
mixologist. He makes those fancy drinks with the
We
giant
learn
ice
month to
cube.
month. We learn something new from Tyler. He's so knowledgeable. Everything about like the single malt, the cask that it's in, the sherry oak, the like he's taught me things I never
That's so
considered
cool.
ordering a shot of whiskey.
You kind of you acquire a better taste for it when you understand
Yeah,
the process.
He's bringing us up. I feel 100% confident going into a bar and ordering like a Glenlivet in a pub and having everything go.
I kind of like that
Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
Yeah,
I've had that before on the rocks.
that's nice.
That's a smooth whiskey. Yeah.
I've had it
Bourbon.
neat. I've had it neat.
Yes, exactly.
Neat.
I only learned about Maker's Mark through Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, because he's always drinking it in the clubhouse. So yeah, if I see someone drinking something that looks good, I will go out and buy a bottle just to try it. Like now I feel like I got to get the one that Dana Goldberg had.
I saw her. Yeah, she was fancy pants.
She had fancy pants whiskey, and I'm all about it. I'm gonna do it. When Jay sprung the peanut butter whiskey on us, I went on a hunt over here to find peanut butter whiskey.
We have one called Mount Gay or something.
Mount Gay rum.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that a good one?
Mm-hmm.
That's
my wife got it as a gift. It's in the cabinet.
That's a nice rum right there, man. That's
rum.
That's very nice.
That's okay. It's a brown liquor. It's a brown liquor.
I am a party girl from way back when. I should know this. I didn't know that was a rum, but that's good to know because I do like rum once in a while. Now I know.
That's another good one just on the rocks too, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. I should have a little something, but
it's all right. I don't want to get you smashed before dinner. Like, I'm not sure whether you have to make an impression or something.
It's just friends that wanted to see me it's just friends that wanted to see me while I was here because
all right, that's okay then. You could have it. But tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up, because like I said, you never stop. And I want to make sure that people know what you've got coming up, because I know we've got.
Thank you. I have something very exciting coming up. I'm about to announce, our next trip is Women's Week in Provincetown, which is I've done that for 23 years. I've taken women there. And it's so popular this year, I had to take over a second inn. So now I have a 23 room inn that's sold out and 11 room inn sold out. And I have a wait list of 20 women. I can't bring anybody else, but it's going to be great this year. So I've been doing that trip every year this will be my 23rd year. And we canceled that last year, of course.
Wow.
So people are ready to go. And then of course, I've got 2 international trips next year. We have a Tuscany villa. That's in June 2020. And then we're doing a Rhine River cruise from Switzerland to Amsterdam. We wind up in Amsterdam for Amsterdam Pride. So
how fun.
Oh, wow.
Amsterdam is a blast. I've been there.
It is so fun. I've never been for Pride, but I've been. And
every birthday that ends in a 5 or a 0 for my wife, we try and go to Amsterdam.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool.
Nice.
Been there quite a few times. It's
I love it.
Sometimes you remember the trip, and sometimes you don't remember the trip at all.
It's a wild city. I know it's. Right. I've only been once, and I loved it. But it's kind of cool. The Pride Parade goes down the canals, and we chartered boats to be on the parade route. So they'll go
Oh my
right by
God,
us, and we have
that'd be
music and
fantastic.
lunch and bar and all that. And
Yeah.
so those are my trips, and I'm working on a few other things. But my most exciting thing right now for me is I finished a film. We shot a film in 2019, and then during COVID, I remotely edited it with my editor. So that was a little challenging.
Yeah.
Longer, yeah, but we finished it, and we just won our first award, Outstanding
Wow.
Excellence Award, yeah, at a LGBTQ Unbordered International Film Festival, which that was very cool. That was our first screening we had. It's not a traditional film festival. You submit it, and they have a panel of these expert judges, and you don't compete. Usually film festivals, there's like one winner. This one, they have many categories, and they judge you only on the sole merit of your film and not against the others. So we got almost the highest reward, but we didn't get the highest, which is best of best, but we got Outstanding Excellence. So that's great. And then we have some screenings coming up that I'm excited about, but I'm not allowed to say until the film festivals announce it.
Well,
But
can you tell us the name of the film?
yes, the film is called This Is Jessica, and the website is thisisjessica.com.
Okay, cool.
And you could see the screener. I'm super proud of this film. It's another documentary. I do mostly documentaries. I've written and directed 2 narratives, but I tend to always fall back on documentaries, even though they're so
I've really
damn
gotten
hard.
into documentaries during this pandemic, I have to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I really,
Cool.
were we talking about yeah, me and Jay were talking about the Mia Farrow one. But yeah, I've really
I haven't seen that one yet. Yeah, I love the genre. I mean, it's a harder film to make. I think once I started doing narrative, I'm like, this is so much easier post-production. But this is the story of Jessica Barrett, and it was a very important story to tell. She's an amazing lesbian activist who was assigned male at birth and grew up in a very conservative Mormon family in Utah.
Oh, wow.
And when she came out as a girl, that was, of course, really conflicted with all of everything that the church preaches. So it's her journey to find happiness, live her life as her true authentic self, and really live, because you consider suicide. We are hoping to save some lives with this, because the highest rate of teen suicide amongst LGBT youth is Mormons, is in Utah. So yeah. So we are hoping to, that is recent. I don't know if that's changed, but so we're hoping we can make a difference for LGBTQ youth everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's an amazing, courageous. I'm proud of this film, and I'm excited. Finally, it's been a long journey because of COVID. Nothing happened quickly. Luckily, we filmed the whole thing in 2019 because we did it on location. We did California, Utah, and unfortunately, I had to go to France to film some stuff too.
Oh, who are you? If people go to the website, will they be able to see where it's next going to be?
Yes, we can't, again, we can't announce anything, but as soon as these film festivals give us permission to say, okay, you're allowed to announce it, it will be there. We also have a Facebook page. This is Jessica, the movie. So, and you could watch the trailer, which, I think gives you a good insight into what you're going to see.
Oh, and man, that's fantastic.
I'm so happy to have a new film out. So I'm just,
it's coming back. It finally feels, you feel like you can go to a theater and watch, a cinema and watch a movie for a change. I'm so sick of watching movies on TV. Not that I'm glad, I'm okay with paying the extra for all these different streaming services and whatnot to see what's, the most recent stuff. But the experience, of a film in a cinema is just, it's not the same when you're sitting at home.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. And let me just tell you, for a filmmaker, there is nothing like that live audience reaction.
Right.
And I wanted the subject to feel that love, because she really, her story, she's just so honest and forthcoming that you can't help but fall in love with her and understand this courage and that she went through to get, her journey. So I want her to feel that love,
Yeah.
So I'm so excited. I wasn't a fan of my film being in the virtual film festival, even though I encouraged a lot of filmmakers to come and show their films with me virtually, which worked beautifully.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Zoom, it was always, and JD can attest to this, it's very intimate. They come up and they talk to you, and for them to be
Yeah.
able to meet the filmmakers, and
Yeah.
these film festivals aren't in all of these remote cities. So for these women, they got to see newly released films and talk directly to the cast and crew of films. It was really cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
one of the advantages, like Jay, when you were saying how excited you were to be able to sit in a Zoom session, and see, I know what a Grace and Frankie fan you are.
I am.
Yeah,
I
the
am.
Lily Tomlin thing really stuck with you. But I mean, seriously, you're every day when you watch something or you're a fan of somebody or whatever, you never think that you're going to get the chance. Like it was.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just really something cool to offer people that are stuck home.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be as intimate as it was, because it's almost, but then it's like, could almost reach out and touch the person. And,
Yeah, it's
and it was the
really
same
cool
way
experience.
with me being on the other end of it when I did my little concert on your channel. I call it a channel. It was great because the people were like right there asking me questions about my music. So that was
It's
really
another thing you don't get to do. You don't get to do
unexpected.
that. Right. Yeah. I think what you're doing, Avery, is amazing, honestly.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to continue. Things are opening. We just, we're going to be announcing, when is this going to post? Because they might
Sunday.
see this.
Sunday.
Okay, they'll know by then. We're going to, the members know, but we're about to bring it down to, we were 5 nights a week, which now things are opening. People can't make it 5 nights a week, and I can't really.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've hosted 350 of these. So,
what a year.
Amazing.
so we're going to bring it down to fewer nights a week and offer a couple different membership tiers depending on people's schedule. So
That's the way to do it, because you're actually, finding a balance, because there's, even though the pandemic is we're working through it, there's still people that maybe they're disabled, or maybe they have a condition, or maybe they just don't, they're agoraphobic, they don't want to leave the house. You're still
Right.
you still have a base of people that maybe aren't as excited about going out, want to stay home.
And also think of it like wherever you live, like even if you live a place where everything's accessible, even in LA, like I've changed like so much how I feel. Like I'm like, do I want to go? Like you have to drive in traffic, you have to park. It's like it's a thing. But wherever you live, like most cities, they're not going to come right. You're going to have to drive an hour or two. You're going to have to park. Like there's a lot of issues to bring music and comedy and social events. You wouldn't be able to. They have met. These women on Women on the Net have become friends, and they are from all over U.S. and Canada. Yeah. They are the best of friends. It's crazy.
You can't take it away from them now. Anymore. You can't.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You can't take this away from them now.
No,
right?
No. We're and I see, but I also am sensitive to, how to do it. And here's the coolest thing. What we're going to do is most of our events, not all of them, but most of them there will be a place on the website for archives where you can go and watch it. So if you're a member,
that's fantastic.
Nice.
So if you are going out and you miss something, guess what? You still get to see it.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
You even do singles meetups, right? Singles meet and greet.
We do singles, yeah. In fact, a couple, this is one of the best stories. So a couple met on a singles event, and they're getting married. They met in April or May last year, and they're getting married. They met on Woman on the Net. Crazy.
Awesome.
So,
that's fantastic. Look what you're doing. Oh, Andrea, it's fantastic to be able to actually see you in person, not have you just on the phone. And what you're doing, like I said, I just respect it so much, and I think it's so needed. And I hope you continue to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll, and always keep us in mind
Yep.
when you got something to tell us.
Thank you. Thank you so much
Always.
for having me.
Have
and
a
keep
lovely
doing your-
time at dinner.
Yes,
I will
enjoy.
too. Probably a good thing I didn't drink.
Have a
Thank you so much.
cocktail for us.
I will.
Exactly.
Indeed.
All right,
Okay.
honey, take
Thank you so
care.
much for having
Good
me.
seeing you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
There's Betsy.
We drank way too much whiskey.
Like, never stop chasing your dreams.